You're watching Drake Wing Gaming. Enjoy the video.
Hey guys and gals, Nary here from Drake Wing Gaming. It's me on Twitter, the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you another Let's Play episode of Homecoming, Torihiko's Path. Anyway, y'all, before we jump into it, just want to let y'all know that our Patreon is now up for as little as $5. Y'all can help support the channel, get some awesome rewards like permanent access to our community Discord server and full access to upcoming Not Safe for Work videos. Anyway, y'all, let's go ahead and jump right back in. Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. Alright. The black cat jolts, clearly not expecting me to speak to him. What is it? What is it? I smile, asking the question that is on my mind. When did you suddenly get a taste for... I pause, sweeping my hand across the table, taking extra care to not upset anyone's soda or ramen cups. You know, all this. As I finish my question, Shin relaxes, giving a nonchalant shrug. I'm still not interested in video games, if that's where you're going with this. I'm more surprised by his answer than the matter-of-fact way he says it. But that's like sprinting before you can even crawl. The expression that crosses his face makes me wonder if I said something insulting, but he simply gives another shrug. Honestly, I've never seen the connection, though you're not the first to suggest that. Shun said the same thing. He offered to lend me his handheld system, but I wasn't too into the game. A small wad of balled-up paper bounces from Shin's shoulder and rolls onto the table. The two of us give surprised stares over at its source. How can you not like Visage 4? I mean, it's already blasphemy to not like the vanilla game, but I tried to give you the golden version. Shun gives an indignant snort. Remind me to never take you with me to my cousin Gaku's video game store. Despite the annoyed look on his face, the wolf has a teasing tone in his voice. Wait, Gaku? That name sounds familiar to me. Oh, yeah. Back when I used to play games with Shun, he would mention Gaku a lot. His video game skills are apparently unmatched. A soft chuckle breaks me out of my thoughts, and I stare at Shin. The cat simply smiles and shakes his head. Well, the music is nice enough, I suppose. Are you almost done, dude? I'm getting bored here. Torihiko's loud voice interrupts Shin's review. It seems his conversation with Tatsuki has become a little more energetic. The dragon snorts before grinning at Tora. I told you to let me bring some pop sake. We'd be having way more fun right now. Ugh, that stuff makes my stomach hurt. The two of them continue their discussion in a more reasonable volume. With an annoyed look on his face, Shin sighs and continues. Anyway, it's by pure chance that I even knew about this game. My mother found an older edition of Night Watch in a bookstore somewhere in Yokohama. I had actually requested a very specific set of books for my birthday 2 years ago, but the store had some kind of problem trying to import it from France. In all honesty, I kind of think she just grabbed something large off the shelf with the mindset bigger means better. As you can see, this isn't a game you can play by yourself, so I asked Shun if he'd be interested in playing with me. Oh, come on! We'll be 5 minutes at most! I gotta get sake! A sake? More like enough sake to get us kicked out when Shun's dad catches you puking in the sink! Shin gives another sigh and gently rubs the bridge of his nose. So you know, water time. Alright, y'all, time to crack this baby open. There we go. Oh, yeah. That's the stuff. Okay. They were not my first choice to have join us. Kyoji and Juichi just didn't have enough time due to their busy club schedules. Kuya just outright refused, and as for Konosuke... Shun gives a sudden groan and doesn't even bother lifting his head from his notebook as he interjects. He never showed up on time. I blink, wondering if maybe I misheard. Never? I know he has a reputation for not being on time, but I would have thought this would be different here. Last I knew, he enjoyed playing games like this. Shun simply shrugs, still not looking up from his notes. Nope, in the end I just stopped asking him if he wanted to play. Instead I invited Torihiko, and he brought Tatsuki with him. A nod in understanding, though I am curious about something. What about Satoru? What about me? Satoru slips through the sliding door and takes a seat across the table. Shin smiles at him and shakes his head. Well, he isn't the new guy anymore. Unsure of what to say, Satoru simply slowly glances between Shin and I. Well, I've been playing for a while. Back in my old school. There you are! I thought you died there or something! While Tora laughs at his joke, Satoru glances down, clearly looking uncomfortable. I wasn't that long, was I? Tora doesn't seem to hear the softly spoken words and winks over at Shun. Come on, let's do this! We're almost at the end of this campaign, right, Shun? The wolf perks up, glancing up at Tora. With a smile, he nods. Oh, yes, looks like it. Okay, is everyone ready? Oh boy. The children of Amon have all gathered somewhere in the tower. The eve of his resurrection is upon us, unless his children meet their end here and now. I shiver a little and lean closer to Torihiko, speaking in a hushed whisper. Where did Shun learn how to tell a story like that? Shun doesn't seem to hear me and continues his storytelling. The party now has two choices. Will they scale the tower and strike down whatever they may find at the top? Tora grins and shrugs, whispering back to me. I don't know, but it's cool, huh? I return his grin, before sitting back up and paying close attention. Or will they brave the darkness beneath it and drive the creatures dwelling there into the light? The concerned expression shows on Tatsuki's face, and he looks up from his character sheet. Maybe we shouldn't go underground. What if there's no light? While Tatsuki voices his concern, Satara gives a confident grin. I bet all the tough fights are going to be down there, Mr. Meteora. We'd be missing out on all that treasure and experience. Yeah, I'm going to give him a southern accent just because I fucking can. Second, y'all. Water time. Oh god, it's so good. We all turn our attention to Tora as he makes a thoughtful sound. The tiger scratches his head for a moment before looking back at us. Well, if I were a dead guy... Old god... Shin interrupts, correcting Torihiko before he can proceed any further with his thought. Tora simply nods before continuing. If I were a dead old god, I'm sure my resting place would be underneath the tower. A smile breaks out across Tatsuki's face, the dragon turning to face me. What do you think, Hiroyuki? We'll follow your lead. He reaches across and places a hand on my shoulder, giving it a gentle squeeze of encouragement. I weigh up the options, but the idea of more combat excites me. Let's go down below. I want to fight some more. My enthusiastic reply gets a smile from everyone. Tora grins widely as he taps his drink cup down on the table in a symbolic cheer. Looks like you developed a taste for it, hero. Want to lead the way? You'll get a bigger share of the experience points, right, Shun? Shun opens his mouth as if to talk, but a sudden thought seems to snatch the words away before he can form them. He leans back from the table and taps the blunt end of his pen on his notebook. Yeah, but I wouldn't recommend it. Shin gives an annoyed sigh and shakes his head. The monsters that are down there are bound to be very high-leveled. Putting Hiroyuki in front would be signing his death certificate. My excitement fades at Shin's words. I'm not sure I like the sound of that. Torihiko frowns, balling his hands into fists. You don't know that. After all, I beat a boss character in his first fight. Narrowing his eyes, Shin shakes his head. Yes, and that is what we in the real world call luck. There is a reason why you shouldn't necessarily test it. Shin turns to me and drops his voice, but keeps an eye on my notebook where my stats are listed. If you really want to lead, more power to you. But I do think you ought to just stay behind me, just until you're a few levels stronger. To be honest, he does have a point, but at the same time, the thrill of the fight is hard to pass up. I don't want to regret my decision. Oh no, we're going down there. I'm gonna fucking beat the shit out of monsters with my... No, my sword. Your sword is enough. I understand what Shin is worried about, but I'm starting to get the hang of this. I've got this. How tough can it really be? Shin's frown returns and he shakes his head. You've never seen the stats that Shun puts on his hordes. But if you're certain... Tor proudly thumps a fist into his chest. That's what I'm talking about! Don't worry, dude, I'll cover you! The party has chosen to venture beneath the tower. There isn't much light aside from the random torches lit and left to burn by Amon's children. So, we'll be lost within 5 minutes. Second now, water time. Okay. Tatsuki cringes as he says what's on his mind. Torihiko frowns and nods. I'm getting jumped by everything but the floor. It's called dungeon crawling for a reason, you know. Where do you think it began? A smile comes across Ataro's face as he fiddles with his dice. That's kind of Shun's thing, Mr. Nishimura. Oh, that's kind of Shun's thing, Mr. Nishimura. These guys usually don't last very long. Anyway, let's continue. Sorry, there's so many voices I'm juggling in my head. The house that Trevor built. Who the fuck is Trevor? Trevor Belmont? The party descends down a dusty stone staircase. The deeper they go, the quieter everything seems. Soon the only sounds they can hear are their own heartbeats and each other's breaths. You approach the tombs of the old gods, ancient titans of whom the great heroes of ages past gave their lives to seal away. I lean closer to Torihiko again and whisper under my breath, Has Shun been playing those spirit games, or whatever they're called? Once more, Shun is too busy reading from his scrawling to notice our little conversation. After what seems like hours, you finally reach the bottom. A doorway leads to the burial chambers, and in the far corner rests a rotting, blood-stained chest. The tiger gives a small nod and rubs the back of his head. Yeah, I don't know how he has the patience for them. Sitting upright, Tora raises a hand, giving a smug grin. I call dibs on the loot! Shin gives a sudden jerk before glaring daggers at the tiger. Don't open it, you fool. Torihiko frowns, glaring back at Shin. A feeling of unease washes over me. I can't quite put my finger on it, but something seems familiar about the scenario. Tora, maybe you shouldn't open it. Oh no, I call dibs. That chest is mine. That is probably a mimic. He turns to face Shun, his confident grin returning. I'm opening the chest, Pipsqueak. Yeah, I could see the narrowed eyes of the little wolf, but rather than get angry, a wide grin comes to his face. Shun wags his tail, eyes gleaming mischievously. I suddenly realize exactly what is about to happen. You lose 50 health points. The shock that displays on Tora's face is priceless. He gapes over at Shun in confusion. What? Why? It's a mimic. Shin speaks up, confirming my hypothesis. Tora is still showing confused expression. What the hell's a mimic? Satara gives Tora a sympathetic wince. It's a shapeshifter that looks like a treasure chest. If you try to open it, the creature will open its mouth and clamp onto you. Shun nods, his tail still wagging happily. Little bastard. Yep, you need to roll a 13 or higher to escape its bite. Are you ready? With a gulp, Torihiko picks up his dice and nods. Alright, 1 second, y'all. It is, in fact, water time. Okay. Yeah, let's do it! I can see the hope within Tora's eyes as he rolls, his dice bouncing across his notebook. Damn it! The result is obvious. His 7 is nowhere near high enough to escape. That's 100 points of health gone now. 100?! Poor Tora looks like his eyes are about to bug out of his head. Satara gives another sympathetic wince. Excuse me, y'all. Every failed roll will double its bite damage. Ah! Get it off me! The tiger looks pleadingly at Tatsuki before quickly snatching at the dragon's dice and shoving it into his hands. Surprised, Tatsuki muddles a bit before nodding. Yeah, I got you. Shun, still clearly enjoying himself, looks over at Tatsuki, giving the dragon a wide grin. You will need to roll twice. Once for your actual damage, and a second time to determine whether you hit the mimic or Torihiko. What? It's obvious that Tora wasn't expecting that. He glares over at Tatsuki. I swear, dude, if you kill me, I'm gonna kill you! Tatsuki gulps before giving the tiger an assuring nod. Okay, just give me a second. Holding his breath, he rolls the dice. That's a 12! As Tatsuki picks up his dice, everyone leans in, anxiously awaiting his next roll. He gingerly gives it a shake as if he was afraid to anger it. The moment of truth arrives, and he rolls. Oh god. Alright, I'm going to pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Before I go, I'm going to give a quick shout out to our lovely bronze tier patrons. Thank you all for all you do for the channel. We greatly appreciate your support. Thank you to our silver tier patron, Cade Silverman. Thank you for going a bit above and beyond. It's greatly appreciated. And thank you to our gold tier patron, Amr. Thanks for subbing to our ultimate tier. You're awesome. We love you. We hope you appreciate your new icon anyway. If y'all want to get your names in the credits, get access to our not safe for work content as little as $5. Alrighty, I love you all, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!